Hi there, good evening, and welcome to the relaxation for this month. I'm tagging everybody just so you know that I'm here and that if you are around, you might wish to join. I appreciate the time might not work for everybody, but I'm happy to change the timing. If an earlier session suits, if you're more likely to be able to access it, if it's earlier, or maybe in the morning. There's a couple of days I can do a morning session. So if you'd like it at a different time, I'm happy to be flexible with the time. Kind of this time on a Tuesday works really well for me. But having said that, it might not be the best time for others. So if you want to try it, I could probably do a Wednesday next month, a Wednesday morning, if there was interest. But I might pop a little poll in the group just to see if there is a better time. But obviously life comes at us at all angles, things change all the time. So even if we say that we can do a certain time, it might not happen that way. So all is good though, because the recording stays in the group and you can access it at a time that works for you. But I know sometimes, and I'm speaking for myself here, that if I go to a live, I'm more likely to do it than perhaps catch up on replay. So I just want to make it as accessible as I can for you. We've got about half an hour or so. I will go through a little process just to get you in the best place for the relaxation, the meditation. And we'll begin with a mindful moment just to kind of settle in, kind of just like step away from your day, the point at which you do this. And just take some time, and then we'll move on to a grounding exercise. And grounding exercises are brilliant for moments of anxiety, moments of stress or pressure or overwhelm. Just something to ground us and kind of just bring us back to the here and now, giving us something to focus on. And then we'll do some breathing, focused breathing, just to help kind of get us into that more relaxed state, so we're ready to get the best out of the meditation. It's a guided imagery today, and it's called The Forest. So I'm going to turn my camera around and you'll be able to see my crystals. Please excuse me, I'm going to do my utmost not to cough through the session. I have got hay fever. I have just taken an antihistamine. But if I find I'm coughing loads, what I'll try and do is re-record the session, but hopefully it won't come to that. I'm not even going to say, think it. I'm just going to talk clearly throughout. So just settle back into a comfortable position, either sitting or lying, doing what works for you, what feels best for you. And closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Relaxing your shoulders, letting everything go. Become aware of this moment. Become aware of your breathing. Push any thoughts of your day, any thoughts of your week, any thoughts of your life to the back of your mind. And just prepare yourself to spend some time where the focus is on you. So this is your time, your peace, your space, your escape from everything going on in your world right now. Just a half an hour or so for you. So moving into the grounding exercise. So we begin by noticing and naming to ourselves 5 things that we can see. Just noticing 5 different things around you. And it could be anything from something like a door, a candle. It might be a mark that you notice as you're looking around. Maybe a pattern on the wallpaper, maybe a pattern in the furniture, And then 4 things that you can touch. And you might choose to reach out and touch those things. Or you might just notice and name them to yourself. So 4 things that are within your reach. So it might be something on you, it might be something close to you. And then noticing and naming to yourself 3 things that you can hear. Noticing 3 different sounds. And if it's tricky to notice 3 different things, maybe noticing the different sounds within the music. And then noticing and naming to yourself 2 things that you can smell. If you haven't eaten or had a drink recently, then just thinking about your 2 favourite smells. And then maybe when you're outside tomorrow, perhaps, maybe when you're eating something, see if you can notice the different smells. And then finally, 1 thing that you can taste. And if you haven't eaten or had a drink recently, just noticing the taste of the inside of your mouth. It's all about being mindful, all about noticing the here and now, what's happening in this moment. Now we're going to move on to the breathing. So a couple of breathing exercises. I'm just going to use my timer or my stopwatch. We're going to start with the 3-4-5 sequence. This is one I think I have done before. And this is quite a nice little standalone 3-minute sequence that I encourage you to try at different points during the day. So something you could, if you've got, I don't know, an appointment you're going to that you're maybe feeling a bit anxious or worried about, could be a job interview, could be going somewhere that you're not familiar with, and just kind of having a moment. Doing a 3-minute breathing exercise has so many benefits. So this exercise, we begin by breathing in for 3 and breathing out for 3. Then after a minute, the in-breath increases to 4, but the out-breath stays the same. And then after another minute, another increase to the in-breath. It jumps up to 5, but the out-breath stays at 3. So breathe, you're in control of your breathing, so counting at a pace that feels comfortable for you. And if it feels comfortable to breathe in and out through your nose, I encourage you to give that a go. If it isn't, just come back to your usual breathing at any point. So beginning by breathing in for 3 and breathing out for 3. So breathing in for the count of 3 and breathing out for the count of 3. And doing this in your own time. And then increasing the in-breath to 4. The out-breath remains at 3. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 3. And again doing this in your own time. then another increase of the in-breath, now to 5. The out-breath remains at 3. So breathing in for 5 and breathing out for the count of 3. And then one more breathing exercise. We're going to do an exercise where we breathe in for the count of 4 and then hold for 2 before breathing out for 4 and holding for the count of 2. I find it's not so comfortable holding my breath out, so if it doesn't feel right for you, either speed up the counting or take that bit out completely. But the sequence is breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 4 and hold for 2. And maybe if it doesn't feel right for you when you try this the first time, coming back to it at some other time. So breathing in for 4, holding for 2 and breathing out for the count of 4 and holding for 2. And just repeating the sequence.